Investigators continue to seek assistance from the public, including potential witnesses, in relation to a homicide that occurred in early 2012. On Wednesday, January 25th, 2012, a witness called 911 after seeing a man lying on the ground in front of a residence in the 2100 block of 16th Street Southwest. The man was transported to hospital in serious, life-threatening condition. On Thursday, January 26, 2012, he died in hospital. The deceased was identified as Gatleak Thor Metkurjock, 20 of Calgary. The cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma. This is not believed to have been a random incident. The deceased had been at a party inside a nearby residence. While investigators have spoken to some of the people in and around the house at the time of the incident, there are several witnesses who have not yet come forward. Police encourage anyone who was in the area at the time of the incident or who has information to contact them. I would now like to introduce Daniel Boom Metkurjock, who is an uncle of the victim, and Samuel Weijang Chuo, who is a cousin of the victim and an elder in the community. They are here to address the media and answer some of your questions. Mr. Metkurjock and Mr. Chuo.
Thank you very much. We are very happy to stand here today. Our concerns and our worried because we want to ask the community, the public, to come forward for the witness regarding the death of Gatleak Thor Metkurjock. Gatleak was a very good young boy. He was very potential person. Gatleak has playing a very great role in our family. Gatleak fled the civil war in South Sudan. Gatleak was in refugee camp in Kenya for almost 8 years before he migrated to Canada. When Gatleak arrived to Calgary in 2010, Gatleak has a dream to accomplish it. He went to Babali College. He studied English as a second language. And then he passed the class, and then he moved to upgrading. In order to finish that upgrading to go to university to study engineering. That's his dream. Gatleak case, as we the family of Gatleak, we are really frustrated for the case of Gatleak as taking so long. And we the family, we are really frustrated for the process. Why those who are committed this crime, the criminal, the culprit, why they are not brought it to the justice. We are really looking for the right justice to bring these people to the justice. And that's why we were here today, because we are always asking investigative officers, in order the case of Gatleak need to be those who are killing Gatleak need to be brought to the justice, because we need the true justice, because the case is really, the speed is very low. We need this case to be speed up, and with the family, we want to see those who commit this case and why they kill Gatleak, and what was the reason for it. We know Gatleak is very honest boys. He's very honest. He did a lot for the family because he's very supportive, he's hard worker, and he's very clever boy and intelligent. So we miss him so much. So we want a real justice to bring those who commit or those who murdered Gatleak to be brought to the justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. What brought us here today, as Daniel mentioned, is the same case that the police has been working for so long. And of course, who create this chaos? We, the citizens of any town, are the one who cause the problem. The police are there days and night to help us solve our problem that we created. And we, the citizens, don't help the police if we see anything happening and tell it to them so that the justice can be saved. What we are here today is to ask you, the public, please help our police to solve our case. I'm not talking about this one alone. Anything that you know and never been solved. We are the only tool that the police can use to solve any problem. In this case, as we are here as the family of Gatleak, we miss someone we love, but we don't know what had happened. It may be caused by whatever reason. Death is death. Someone has been missed by a loving family. And I believe anyone can be in pain there if it happened to you. So we ask you, please come forward if you have seen anything. Help our police solve our case so that we can move forward with our life. Thank you.
Any questions for the family? We'll do that now and then we'll move on to Doug afterwards.
Did you guys say that he was a university student at the time of his death?
No, he was in Bobali College. So that he was in Bobali College in order to finish upgrading to go to university to study engineering.
And that was his dream, was to study?
Yeah, that is his dream.
And just one more thing, just a kind of a factual thing. We understand he was a guardian of 4 brothers?
Yeah, he was a guardian, and he was responsible for the 4 boys by the time they immigrated from refugee camp to Canada.
So they all immigrated to Calgary?
They immigrated to Calgary.
And they were all brothers?
Yeah, they're all brothers.
What do you know about the events that happened that night?
According to the statement, because Gatleak left the house at 4 p.m. with his friends, because they are teenagers. They went together and they spent night there. We don't know where they went. But in the morning at 11 a.m., we got a call from hospital, from Foothill Hospital, saying that Gatleak, he's in critical condition in the hospital. So that's what we know what happened about Gatleak. We just know that maybe because the teen, they can go outside and have a time, and then they spend night, and then they come at the midnight. That's what we thought. We don't know what happened exactly because we are not in the scene.
So did any of the friends have any ideas that he went out with?
The friend went with him. We did not meet those friends because the friend, we don't know their friends. We know some of them, but we don't know exactly those who went with him at the night.
How tough has the last year and a half been on not just you guys but the family?
Pardon?
How tough has last year and a half been for you guys and for the family, for your family?
Oh, definitely. Like I just said a while ago, that any family who lost a loved one is always painful, and that's what we have been going through. And our hope is that someone may come and help the police to solve this case, and that's what we believe. If we fear to leave it happen, it has been very painful. And even at the time, we tried to brought his mom from Sudan and witnessed the final day of our son, and he couldn't believe it. And even when he left, he was hoping that maybe our son case will be solved after. That's what we told her. We will be here. Our police are working so hard day and night, and definitely it's going to get solved. And that's what we try to ask the public. And even whoever committed himself or herself, we don't know who the person might be, they better to come and tell it the truth that even if it was not intent, it would be even helpful. Even if they can come forward, they may not have an incident like what had happened between that person and Gatleak again. It has been very painful to answer your question.
And, sorry, one more thing. His mother had come to for the funeral and everything, I know, but where is she now? Is she in Calgary?
In Sudan,
Oh, she's back.
yeah.
Okay, any other questions, and then we'll get Doug up? Okay.
Can you please clarify which one? So you're Daniel?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you can step away now. So it's up to you now. What we'll do is Doug will answer some questions on the same. I forgot to mention as well, we've got a photograph of the whole newsroom as well, so you'll have that later on.
It'll be on in probably half an hour.
Okay, I'll now take your questions.
What's the biggest stumbling block you guys are coming across right now?
The biggest stumbling block is the lack of cooperation from witnesses at the party that evening, or from anybody who may have information. There are a number of reasons why people don't come forward and provide information. One is allegiance to individuals. Another one is fear of retaliation. We do know that over time can work in our favor. Allegiances can change and fear can dissipate. Also, people may believe that we already have the information that they can provide, or they feel that their information is insignificant. I can tell you there's no such thing as insignificant information. Even a small part of information combined with what we already know can assist us in moving this file forward, identifying the people responsible and holding them accountable, and bringing closure to the family.
Do you know how many people were inside the
We believe there was approximately 12 people at the party. We have interviewed 3 and identified 3 people, and we're encouraging those other individuals or anybody with information to come forward.
I assume the 3 that you have identified haven't been exactly forthcoming.
They have provided us with information, but we do need additional information to assist us with our investigation.
Were these people well known to the victim, or was he?
The victim was an invited guest at the party, and he did know the people who were there.
Any idea of what led up to?
We don't know the motive for this confrontation. We do know that there's nothing to indicate it was gang or drug related.
Do you know if he was, this happened to him on the way to the party or on the way out, or was he
We believe it happened inside the party.
inside?
So there are other people who witnessed the incident, and again, they have not come forward with information, and we have not identified those people.
You
So the
mentioned
incident took place,
Sorry.
benefits of time passing by for this investigation, but what is the downfall of this much time going by since it happened?
I don't think there is a downfall. Again, it's a year and a half. People's recollection is still pretty consistent from that time. And I think that time can only help us in this case. Again, allegiances change. People feel different, and hopefully they will come forward, especially getting to know the victim as well, putting a human touch on the victim.
This is, I guess, the second, kind of the second more historical crime that has been brought up in the last week by you guys, looking for help to bring up an unsolved homicide. How many of these do you have, and is there a reason that these 2 came out in the same week? Are you going back?
Well, I think we're encouraged by the fact that recent appeals for information have resulted in people coming forward and assisting us with moving these files forward. I think it's a coincidence that we're doing this today, but on the other side of it, we are encouraged that when we do these appeals, people do come forward with information, and it does assist us. And we're encouraged that, and we're hopeful that someone will come forward, or the people will come forward in regards to this appeal.
Just to be clear, you don't have any suspects in mind or anything like this, right?
We believe that at least 2 people were involved. We believe that the people responsible were at the party, but we still have to identify everyone who was at the party.
you don't have a motive yet, or do you have a motive?
Well, that's part of it. And again, I can't speculate as to motive. However, I can tell you that there's nothing to indicate that it was drug or gang related.
Have you identified a weapon that was used?
We have identified a weapon, and a weapon was seized at the scene. However, because this is an active investigation, we've decided not to release that information at this time.